The first light breaks, and the land awakens like a dream caught in motion. Clouds roll like waves over mountains that refuse to age. Golden rays pierce through mist, tracing the outlines of eternity. Somewhere, an eagle cuts through the silence. Somewhere else, snow falls on a forest untouched by time. The West unfolds like a film, each frame raw, vast, alive. Every turn of the trail feels like a new scene written by nature herself. There's drama in every horizon, poetry in every storm. The wilderness doesn't perform, it breathes. And you can feel its pulse beneath the sound of your own footsteps. It's more than a journey, it's a revelation. A reminder that wildness still exists, unbroken and untamed. That wonder still has an address. So let the wind be your narrator, and the peaks your stage. Welcome to Wild Trails and Timeless Peaks, a journey through the American West. Yosemite National Park, California. Between heaven and earth, there lies a valley that feels like a heartbeat, Yosemite. Its cliffs are poems written in stone, its waterfalls verses sung by eternity. Here, the air itself seems alive, carrying the scent of pine, snow, and legend. The Sierra Nevada cradles this wonderland like a secret kept by the earth. The Awa-Nichi once walked its meadows, calling it Awa-Ni, the place of the gaping mouth. They believed spirits lived in the granite, watching all who entered. And perhaps they still do. Every corner of Yosemite tells a story, a whisper of fire and ice, of creation and patience. Half Dome stands like a broken crown, sculpted by time's slow hands. El Capitan pierces the sky, drawing climbers who chase the edge between fear and faith. When mist rises from Yosemite Falls, it feels as if the valley is breathing. John Muir once called it nature's temple, and indeed, and its silence feels sacred. But not all of Yosemite is known. There are tales of a hidden lake that appears only under the full moon. And of strange echoes that answer back from cliffs where no one stands. Yosemite doesn't just show beauty, it hides mystery in plain sight. Each season paints the valley anew. Winter's hush, spring's awakening, autumn's fire. The granite walls glow amber in twilight, like ancient embers still burning. And when night falls, stars spill across the valley as if heaven has descended. No cathedral built by hands could match this divine geometry. It's where wilderness and eternity shake hands. A place that doesn't ask to be conquered, only to be remembered. Yosemite is not a destination. It's an awakening. Wild trails and timeless peaks, a journey through the American West. Rocky Mountain National Park, Colorado. There's a silence in the Rockies that feels sacred, like the earth pausing to remember itself. Between sky and stone, life unfolds in colors too vivid to name. The peaks rise like ancient prophets, watching over forests, rivers, and time itself. Here, every gust of wind feels older than history. The Ute people once walked these high meadows, calling them the land above the clouds. They spoke of spirits dwelling in the peaks, guardians of balance and storm. And when thunder rolls across the ridges, it sounds like their voices still echoing. The Rockies are a living poem, each ridge a line, each glacial lake a verse of reflection. Dream Lake mirrors the sky so perfectly that you forget which way is up. Emerald Lake glows like liquid jade, hidden among pines and snow. The scent of rain and pine mixes into something ancient and pure. Every step along these trails feels like a prayer in motion. But beyond the beauty lies mystery. Locals tell of soft music drifting through the forest on windless nights. And of ghostly footprints in snow untouched by storm or beast. Perhaps it's imagination. Or perhaps the mountains keep their own kind of memory. When dawn breaks over the Continental Divide, light spills like blessing over stone. You begin to realize the Rockies aren't just mountains, they're mirrors of the soul. They remind you how small you are, yet how infinite wonder can feel. Here, solitude isn't empty. It's full of meaning. The wild doesn't ask for words, it just asks you to listen. And when you do, the Rockies speak. In whispers, in wind, in silence. Wild trails and timeless peaks, a journey through the American West. Independence Pass, Colorado. At over 12,000 feet above sea level, the world feels closer to the sky. This is Independence Pass, a high mountain gateway through the Colorado Rockies, where earth and heaven nearly touch. The road winds like a silver ribbon through valleys carved by ancient ice. Each curve unveils a panorama so vast, it silences thought itself. Here, the continental divide cuts across the land like a scar of eternity, splitting the waters that flow to two oceans. On one side, rivers rush toward the Atlantic. On the other, they fall to the Pacific. You stand on the spine of a continent. The air is thin, sharp, electric, a taste of pure wilderness. In 1879, they founded Independence Town, now a ghost of timber and wind. Only echoes remain among the aspen trees that shimmer like liquid gold each fall. Yet not all stories are history. Travelers still speak of strange hums carried on the wind at dusk. And of lights moving slowly across the divide, where no road or trail exists. Perhaps it's the altitude playing tricks. Or perhaps the mountains keep their own counsel. In winter, storms swallow the pass, sealing it beneath snow and silence. When you stand at the summit, clouds drift below your feet, and the world feels unreal. It's as if time pauses to breathe. This is not just a crossing, it's a threshold. Between past and present, between what is seen and what is remembered. Few places capture the spirit of the West so completely. Raw, untamed, eternal. Berthoud Pass, Colorado. At 11,307 feet, Berthoud Pass stands as one of Colorado's most storied mountain crossings. Located on U.S. Highway 40, it connects the towns of Empire and Winter Park, cutting straight across the Continental Divide. Named after surveyor Edward L. Berthoud, the pass was first mapped in 1861 as a potential wagon route to the west. The terrain was harsh, the weather unpredictable, yet it became a vital corridor for miners and settlers. In the early 20th century, the pass was home to one of Colorado's first ski areas, complete with rope tows and rustic lodges. Before interstate highways, this was the traveler's lifeline between Denver and the western slopes. The surrounding landscape reveals layers of history, dense forests, glacial valleys, and alpine tundra shaped by ancient ice. Every mile is a study in altitude and endurance. During winter, Berthoud is both breathtaking and dangerous. Avalanche zones scar the ridges, and sudden storms can appear in minutes. Yet those same storms create the deep powder that draws skiers and mountaineers from around the world. Wildlife thrives despite the extremes. Elk, lynx, and mountain goats trace the snowfields. Scientists come here to study climate and geology, photographers to chase the light that shifts with every hour. But Berthoud Pass also holds mysteries that science can't explain. Some climbers have reported sudden compass failures at specific switchbacks. Others describe voices on radio frequencies, echoing faintly from empty slopes. It may be mere coincidence, or perhaps remnants of a place where the Earth's forces converge. The pass embodies the West's contradictions: danger and beauty, solitude and connection. It reminds travelers that progress was built on perseverance. Standing at its summit, looking out across the Rockies, you see not just mountains, but the story of a nation's endurance. A wild, untamed spirit carved in ice and wind. Great Smoky Mountains, North Carolina. Where the mist never sleeps and the ridges stretch like ancient waves, there lies the Great Smoky Mountains. They rise quietly along the border of North Carolina and Tennessee, yet their presence feels eternal. At dawn, the valleys breathe smoke like clouds, curling through forests of maple, oak, and pine. The Cherokee once called these peaks Chaconage, land of blue smoke. For them, this was not wilderness, but home, a living spirit woven into every tree and stone. In autumn, the ridges burned gold and crimson beneath the fading sun. Fog cloaks the hollows, where old cabins crumble under moss and time. Some say you can hear faint singing in the mist, soft, sorrowful, older than the hills themselves. Maybe it's wind, maybe it's memory. The mountains don't speak, they listen. Stand on Klingman's Dome, and you'll see the ridgelines fade into infinity. Where the wild still whispers and time stands still. Cascade Range, Washington. Fire made them, ice shaped them, mist hides them. The Cascade Range is where the world remembers how to be wild. Each peak is a hymn to creation, a monument to the Earth's restless heart. Mount Rainier looms like a crowned phantom, wrapped in perpetual cloud. Mount Hood dreams in silence, its reflection trembling on still lakes below. This is not a range, it's a revelation. The forests here are older than memory. And when rain falls, it feels like time returning to its source. The people who first called this land home spoke of gods who slept beneath the peaks. They said eruptions were dreams breaking through. Listen long enough, and you might believe it. Because the Cascades don't just exist, they breathe, pulse, and remember. Some nights, hikers hear humming beneath the ground. Others see faint glows beneath the snowfields, green, slow, alive. Science calls them geothermal vents. The locals call them whispers of the underworld. Both might be right. Here, rivers cut through black volcanic rock like veins of silver. Fog drifts through pine forests like spirit smoke. It's easy to lose yourself, and even easier to find something greater. This land teaches patience, reverence, surrender. Every storm is a lesson, every sunrise, a rebirth. And in the distance, the peaks burn softly, eternal, untamed. Sierra Nevada, California. There's something about the Sierra Nevada that defies expectation. You can drive for hours through desert and dust, and suddenly, it rises. Granite cliffs, snow peaks, lakes clear as glass. It feels like a different planet, hidden inside California itself. To the west, Yosemite whispers with waterfalls and stone cathedrals. To the east, the desert sighs in quiet defeat. And between them, life. This range shaped everything: rivers, a climate, even dreams. The native Paiute and Washoe peoples walked these valleys long before prospectors came. They called the mountains sacred, living guardians between worlds. Then came 1849, and gold fever struck like wildfire. Thousands climbed these slopes chasing glitter, leaving behind ghost towns and scars. Today, and only the wind remembers their names. But not all of Sierra's mysteries belong to history. Rangers still talk about voices near Donner Summit, soft murmurs on still nights, long after the wind has died. Science calls it echo. Locals call it the remembering. Stand on the shores of Lake Tahoe at sunset. and the world feels suspended in time. The water mirrors the sky so perfectly that you lose the horizon. The Sierra has a way of stripping you bare. Reminding you how small you are. And how lucky to be here at all. Cascade-Siskiyou, Oregon. Running along the eastern edge of California, the Sierra Nevada forms one of North America's most remarkable mountain systems. Its name, Spanish for Snowy Range, was given by explorers who saw its peaks glinting like silver from afar. Here rise iconic landmarks, Yosemite Valley and Lake Tahoe. It is a land of contrasts, lush forest to the west, stark desert to the east. For centuries, indigenous peoples like the Miwok, Paiute, and Washoe called this land home. Then came the Gold Rush, an era that transformed both the land and its destiny. The Sierra became a symbol of promise, peril, and perseverance. The Sierra is also home to giants. The sequoias, living trees thousands of years old. From Yosemite's waterfalls to the quiet beauty of Kings Canyon, the Sierra's legacy is written not in words but in endurance. Mount Rainier National Park, Washington. Mount Rainier rises like a cathedral above the clouds, a colossal monument carved by ice, fire, and time. Located in western Washington, just southeast of Seattle, this national park is the crown jewel of the Cascade Range. At 14,410 feet, Rainier isn't just a mountain, it's a living force that shapes the land around it. Ancient glaciers pour down its slopes, feeding emerald valleys and silver waterfalls that never seem to end. For centuries, the Puyallup and Nisqually tribes have called it Tahoma, the mother of waters. Their stories say the mountain sleeps, but dreams of fire still burn deep beneath the ice. Every sunrise here paints the snow in shades of rose and gold, a spectacle that feels almost holy. Visitors are often drawn to Paradise, a subalpine wonderland blanketed with wildflowers each summer. Further up, sunrise offers panoramic views where Earth meets eternity. Rainier's trails wind through old-growth forests where moss hangs like whispers of time. Deer and black bears roam freely, while marmots whistle in the meadows as if to greet you. Climbers come from around the world to test their courage against the mountain's icy spine. But even from afar, Rainier commands reverence, a silent titan watching over the northwest. Don't miss Reflection Lakes, where the mountain mirrors itself in perfect stillness. On misty mornings, it feels as though the world pauses just to breathe. A great travel tip: arrive early before dawn to catch the golden hour. It's when the park reveals its soul. Another, pack layers and rain gear, even in summer. Rainier loves to surprise. History here is written in stone and snow. The park was established in 1899 as the 5th national park in the U.S. It stands as a symbol of preservation, resilience, and wild American beauty. Every trail here tells a different story of volcanoes, glaciers, and human awe. The air smells of pine, the rivers hum ancient songs, and every horizon feels infinite. Mount Rainier isn't just a destination. It's a reminder that nature still rules with quiet power. So when you stand before it, don't just look, listen. Because here, in this cathedral of sky and stone, the mountain is speaking. Glacier National Park, Montana. They call it the crown of the continent, Glacier National Park, where the Earth still remembers its wild beginnings. Located in the rugged north of Montana, near the Canadian border, it stretches across over 1 million acres of raw, untamed wilderness. Here, jagged peaks pierce the sky, and ancient glaciers carve valleys that glitter under the sun. Every turn of the road feels like stepping into a painting that's alive. Going to the Sun Road, the park's legendary highway, is a masterpiece of human daring and natural beauty. Waterfalls tumble beside the cliffs, and the air hums with the sound of rushing streams. The Blackfeet Nation calls this land the backbone of the world, and standing here, you understand why. Their legends speak of spirits that guard the mountains and whisper through the wind. Wildlife roams freely: grizzly bears, mountain goats, and elk crossing paths as they always have. In summer, fields of lupine and Indian paintbrush blanket the valleys like brushstrokes of color. At sunset, the peaks glow red and gold, a fire born from ice. It's a place where silence has a pulse, and time moves in slow, sacred rhythm. Travel tip: visit at sunrise to catch the alpenglow. It's pure magic for photographers. Another tip, carry bear spray and hike in groups. This is still true wilderness. The park was established in 1910, making it one of America's oldest national parks. It's home to over 700 miles of trails, each one leading to something unforgettable. Hidden Lake, Iceberg Lake, Avalanche Lake, each feels like a world within a world. The glaciers are shrinking now, melting like slow memories of an ancient Earth. But their legacy remains, carved deep into the soul of this land. Every breeze carries history. Every river sings a song older than language. To walk here is to walk through time itself. Glacier National Park isn't just a destination, it's a revelation. A reminder that the wild still breathes and waits for us to listen. Denali National Park, Alaska. Denali rises like a titan in the Alaskan wilderness, shrouded in mist and myth. Situated in interior Alaska, the park spans over 6 million acres of pristine wilderness. At its heart towers Denali, the highest peak in North America at roughly 20,310 feet. Granite and ice combine to carve its slopes, a rugged sculpture born of tectonic might. The Alaska Range slices across the park, dividing a river basin and birthing glaciers. In spring and summer, valleys awaken in tundra bloom, mosses, sedges, wildflowers stretching toward the light. Below the alpine zone, taiga forests of spruce and birch whisper in the cold northern wind. Glaciers flow slowly, some thousands of feet long. Muldrow, Kahiltna, Ruth among the giants. Animals roam: caribou, moose, Dall sheep, wolves, grizzly bears, wild souls in their element. At dawn, the summit glows, a silent blaze of pink and gold above the land. From Eielson Visitor Center, vistas stretch forever. Peaks, rivers, sky merging. The Denali Park Road, stretching some 92 miles, is the main artery into the Wild Heart. Only the first 15 miles are paved and open to private vehicles. Beyond that, guided buses rule the road. As you rumble on shuttle buses, the wilderness closes in: open tundra, steep ridges, snowfields. History lingers. Indigenous Koyukon Athabascan peoples revered this region as sacred ground. Denali means the Great One. That name carries weight and respect. The park was established in 1917 as Mount McKinley National Park, later expanded and renamed. Still today, the park maintains the only sled dog kennel under the National Park Service. Dogs patrol snowfields in winter. Their legacy links human and wild in this remote place. A useful tip: book your bus or tour well in advance. Capacity is limited. Also, always be bear aware and carry bear spray. Wildlife here is real. In winter, the park transforms. Cross-country skiing, snowshoeing, and husky sledding replace trails. Geologically, Denali continues to grow. Tectonic uplift still pushes its core upward. When you depart, the silence lingers. Denali whispers itself into your soul. Olympic National Park, Washington. In the mist-covered corner of the Pacific Northwest lies a place where reality feels like legend, Olympic National Park. Here, the ocean breathes against cliffs of stone, and the mountains rise into the clouds like ancient gods. Rain falls almost every day, feeding forests so alive they seem to whisper. The Hoh rainforest is a realm of emerald and silence, where time itself slows. Sunlight filters through moss-draped branches, turning the air golden green. They say the forest remembers that every drop of rain carries 1,000 stories. High above, Mount Olympus pierces the clouds, crowned in ice and mystery. Its glaciers feed rivers that carve deep into the valleys, connecting sky to sea. At night, wolves cry across the distance, and the sound rolls like thunder through the trees. The coastline is no less wild. Rialto Beach, Shoeshire Beach, and Ruby Beach look like the world before people. Sea stacks rise from the waves like sleeping titans. Tides crash and retreat in endless rhythm. The native Quileute people believe this land was shaped by spirits, by water, wind, and stone. You can feel that energy in every gust, every tide, every heartbeat of the forest. A traveler's tip: always respect the tides. The Pacific has no mercy for those who forget her power. Another. Visit in early morning when the fog still clings to the trees. It feels like walking through myth. The park was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site for its pure, untouched beauty. Now, it stands as one of the last true wildernesses of the American West. Every trail, from Hurricane Hill to Salduc Falls, leads deeper into wonder. In winter, snow buries the mountains. In summer, the meadows explode with color. Glaciers gleam, rivers roar, and the air smells of rain and salt. Olympic National Park isn't just nature, it's a living cathedral. When you leave, you'll swear you've stepped out of another world. Because here, the wild doesn't just surround you, it claims you. Adirondack Mountains, New York. In the northeastern corner of New York, where mist curls through endless pine forests, rise the Adirondack Mountains, a wild symphony of stone, water, and time. This is not a park with boundaries, but a vast protected wilderness, 6 million acres of pure freedom. Lakes shimmer like mirrors to the sky, and rivers carve their way through granite hearts. The peaks here aren't sharp and violent. They're ancient and wise, worn by time yet still untamed. At dawn, fog drifts across Lake Placid, wrapping the world in silver silence. The forest breathes, deep, slow, eternal. Centuries ago, native Algonquin peoples called these lands home, guided by the stars and the rhythm of the land. The name Adirondack is said to mean bark eater, a term once given to tribes who survived harsh winters here. History lingers in the cold wind that sweeps over frozen lakes. In the 19th century, writers and explorers came seeking solitude and found something holier than silence. Today, that spirit still lives in every mountain trail and mirrored lake. From Mount Marcy, the highest point in New York, to the quiet coves of Saranac Lake, nature reigns supreme. Every trail feels like a pilgrimage, every summit like a rediscovered secret. A travel tip: sunrise hikes reward you with mist rolling over valleys, a sight beyond words. Another: always bring bug spray. The black flies here are as legendary as the peaks themselves. In autumn, the Adirondacks ignite. Red, orange, and gold spill across the ridges like fire. Winter transforms them again, white silence stretching to the horizon. Skiers carve lines down slopes at Whiteface Mountain, while frozen waterfalls glisten in hidden ravines. Every season here tells a different story, yet all whisper the same truth: the wild still belongs to itself. The Adirondack Park, established in 1892, remains the largest publicly protected area in the contiguous United States. It's a balance of preservation and life, towns, trails, and nature coexisting under one sky. Standing here, the noise of the world fades, replaced by the heartbeat of the earth. In the Adirondacks, time slows, and the wild remembers your name.